Space missions don't usually fail because of giant, obvious mistakes. They fail because of tiny ones, not explosions, not dramatic alarms, not someone screaming, "We're losing it." No, they fail because of a number, a quiet number, a polite number, a number that sits there minding its business while absolutely ruining everything. Today's story is about a space calculation error so small, so boring, so mathematically unimpressive that almost nobody noticed it. Almost. Act 1. The calculation. Everyone trusted. This mission involved math, a lot of math, the kind of math that lives inside spreadsheets with names like Final version 7. Do not edit. Use this one seriously. The calculation in question was simple. It answered a basic question. How much of this do we need? Fuel? Time? Distance? Oh, it doesn't matter. The point is, everyone trusted the number. Because it came from approved formulas, verified models, reviewed documents. It had been signed off, stamped, blessed. This number had credentials. Act 2. Everything depends on the number. No pressure. The number gets used everywhere. It's baked into software, procedures, simulations, decision trees. Other numbers start depending on it. It becomes a foundational number, which is terrifying because if it's wrong, everything downstream politely collapses. Act 3. The number is slightly off and nobody cares. At first, the error is microscopic, tiny, almost philosophical. It's the difference between 0.98 and 1. Close enough and exact, nothing dramatic. Someone even notices it once. They say, that's interesting. Then they move on. That was the moment the universe leaned forward. Act 4. Space doesn't care about close enough. On Earth, small errors forgive themselves. In space, they multiply, they stack, they compound, they wait patiently. Every maneuver, every adjustment, every correction leans on the same flawed number, and space keeps receipts. Act 5, the mission proceeds. Normally, which is the problem? Launch, orbit, operations, everything looks fine. Telemetry agrees, models agree, charts look beautiful. This is the most dangerous phase, because when things look normal, nobody asks questions. Act 6, the data that doesn't quite match. Eventually, a discrepancy appears. Nothing alarming, just a tiny mismatch between predicted behavior, observed behavior. The spacecraft is slightly off, not enough to trigger alarms, not enough to call a meeting, enough to annoy someone. Act 7. It's probably rounding. Ah yes, rounding. The universal scapegoat. Someone says, it's probably rounding error. Everyone nods. Rounding error sounds harmless, friendly, non-threatening, like a math puppy. This rounding error is a wolf. Act 8. The error persists, rudely. The discrepancy doesn't go away. It stays. Consistent, persistent. Every time the calculation is used, the outcome is slightly wrong in the same way. Now it's irritating. Someone opens a spreadsheet. Someone sighs. Act 9. The spreadsheet archaeology begins. They trace the calculation, line by line, cell by cell. This is where engineers age 5 years. They scroll, they squint, they whisper things like, why is this like this? Eventually they find it. One line, one assumption, one tiny decision made years ago. Act 10, the assumption that didn't age well. The calculation assumes a condition that was true once but isn't anymore. The environment changed. The mission evolved. The assumption didn't, and nobody updated it because it worked until it didn't. Act 11, the moment of horror. Someone recalculates the number correctly. The new number is different, not wildly, not catastrophically, just enough. It's enough to explain everything. The silence in the room is deafening. Act 12. How long has this been wrong? This is the worst question in engineering because the answer is usually longer than you're comfortable with. They check past data. The error has been there the whole time. Quiet, patient, judging. Act 13. Why it didn't cause a disaster this time. Here's the terrifying part. The mission survived anyway. Margins absorbed the error. Redundancies masked it. Luck helped. Which means next time, it might not. Act 14. The error gets a name. Engineers name the issue, not officially, but emotionally. The number problem. That stupid calculation, that one. It becomes a legend. Act 15. Fixing it is easy, admitting it is not. Correcting the math? Easy. Admitting it slipped through? Hard. Because this number passed reviews, audits, simulations. It fooled everyone. Act 16. Why small errors are deadly in space. Big failures get attention. Small errors get promotions because they hide. They pass tests. They look reasonable until they don't. Act 17. The post-mission autopsy reports are written. Words like oversight, unintended, lessons learned appear a lot. Nobody writes, we got lucky, but everyone thinks it. Act 18. Space is unforgiving, not unfair. Space didn't break anything. Space just enforced the rule. Exact rules. Unemotional rules. Math doesn't care about intent. Act 19. The real lesson. The lesson isn't be better at math. It's question the numbers you trust the most, because those are the ones hiding problems. Act 20. Why this story matters. Every mission has numbers like this. Quiet, trusted, foundational, and every mission assumes someone else checked it. Sometimes they didn't. Conclusion. The most dangerous errors are polite. This mission wasn't almost lost because of failure. It was almost lost because of politeness. A number that didn't scream. A discrepancy that didn't shout. Just quietly waited. This was the story of the space calculation error that almost went unnoticed. No explosions, no headlines. Just a reminder that in space, the smallest mistakes have the longest reach.